everybody. Welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As usual, this is just an open conversation between myself and my viewers. So if you've got questions for me or topics you'd like to hear me address, or if you want to disagree with me about something, let me know. I'll even set aside time in the chat where you can come in. We can discuss it face to face if you want to. Not necessary, but if you want to. We can even make a video out of it. You can put it on your channel if you want. So feel free to disagree with anything I've had to say, either in here or in one of my videos, wherever. Now, before we get started with the questions and stuff tonight, I do want to read the names of people who have bought merchandise today to help support TYMP. We run TYMP. That's the Yankee Marshal Posse Pistol Project, where, God damn it, I forgot to send out that list again today. I'll send it out tonight after the chat. That's where every month, except for this month, we're going to do 6. We usually do 4 people, and those people who have nominated themselves because they can't otherwise afford a firearm to protect themselves and their family, they can choose either a shotgun or a basic firearm and a handgun, and we provide it for them so that they're able to exercise their Second Amendment rights. Because, you know, the Second Amendment isn't just for people who can afford it. It's for everybody. So if you want to support that, go over buy some merchandise. Anything you want to do for the channel, by the way, you can do from TYMPpistolproject.com. You can become a Subscribe Star member. You can become a patron. You can buy merchandise. Everything is, you can do it from over there. You can donate on a one-time basis to any of the programs we run, like the Pets and Vets, Voices, all that stuff. Go on over TYMPpistolproject.com. It's all in one spot. You can also register over there to be a recipient of TYMP. So I want to thank Christopher Jones, who purchased some items today. I believe he bought some magnets or stickers, one of the two. And also Toby Person, he got the Resist shirts. So thanks to him to help support TYMP today. I don't think we got any new patrons or Subscribe Star people today, so we don't need to welcome anybody new over there today. Let me make sure, but nope, no new active subscribers. So let's go ahead and get over here and see if we see any questions coming in. If I can find my PayPal. I'm having trouble looking at the screen right now. I've got a massive headache. Makes it hard for me to read and look at these lit up screens. So let me go over here, activity. All right, what is today's date? Today is the 4th. That was an order. Okay, here we go. Dale Rickety chimed in and said, all hail Phil. He's paying his tithe to Phil. Remember, if you're a member of the Church of Phil, every time you watch one of my videos or come into our live chat, just for the gratitude of all that wonderful entertainment that you're getting from me, Phil's mouthpiece on this planet. What would I call that? What do you call that when you're the mouthpiece of a deity? Shill? I don't know. What's the word? Television. I'm not on television, but every time you enjoy that, do a tithe to Phil, $2 minimum. Make him happy, or else he will send a tornado to blow away your trailer, perhaps with your baby in it. He is very vengeful. And you can see he's not up there in the corner right now. He's there during the live videos, but he's not there right now because he's out searching out the people that pissed him off. So don't piss him off. Don't bring yourself to his attention. So feel free, like Dale Rickety just did, paid his tithe to Phil, keep Phil happy. And Phil spends all that money on the Pets and Vets program, so don't worry about him wasting it on frivolous stuff. He don't really need much anything else. He can take whatever he wants. So he spends all that money on the Pets and Vets program, where we help pets and veteran charities every month with the monthly donations, and we do special events for other people. So help out. We also got Officer Tater Hater chiming in with his $2 tithe to Phil. See, he's paying his tithe. I sent you emails. Really look at the one from Southern Drawl Law. He talks about firearms during vehicle searches. Well, I haven't watched the ones you sent yet today. I usually save them for evening. Sometimes lately I've been watching them as you send them because I've been here, but usually I watch them in the evenings. I'll try to get to those tonight. Let's see here. Lucas Imes signed in here and said, or chimed in here and said, D&D, Dunkley, Osteus, and Dakota Raptor, your headache is because of the arsenic I put in your lemonade. Sorry. Well, There was no arsenic in this. It was sealed. I don't drink anything that ain't sealed. I mean, I'm kind of weird about that. Like even in a restaurant, I'm like, I don't like this they're coming in an open. But you got to deal with what you got to deal with. But you're overseas for a while, you get to where you're like, I don't want this. I want to see it opened. And if you don't know why you do that overseas, well, then you're lucky. You don't know why. All right, where was I? But where would you get arsenic from? I'd rather put some old lace in there. Christian Carlson also chimed in here and said, we should design and build a 38 Super that can be easily converted to 9mm for international use. Hey, fuck those international people. They don't need nothing. They don't get nothing from me. I just say you should be able to take your 9mm wherever. But here's the thing. You travel and overseas, you're probably not going to take a gun anyway. So I don't want those inferior 38 Supers here. Just give me the 9mm. I know some people love that caliber. It became popular in a lot of, because it's popular in Mexico because they couldn't use 9mm, so 38 Super became popular. But here, I don't think there's much need for it. John Mendrick also chimed in here and said, profit rhymes with profit. Well, I guess it sounds the same way I say it. Profit. There's no difference. Is it supposed to be prophet or and then profit? I don't know, but with my voice, some people say I have an accent. I don't got an accent. I mean, people say you got a Southern accent. I'm like, I couldn't possibly. I've lived in the Pacific Northwest for almost 30 years now. 29 years I've lived in the Pacific Northwest, so I ain't got no Southern accent. But profit. I mean, I say dog like a normal person. People get on me for that, dog. They say there's no W in dog. I'm like, I'm not pronouncing it with a W. I'm pronouncing it dog, G-O-G. But yes, I would be Phil's prophet, I guess would be the word. I would, is it profit? I need profit. I need to be enough of a prophet that I could have all those like gold rimmed glasses and gold jewelry and diamonds on my fingers and stuff. Be very flashy. Because, Phil wants me to do well. No, I don't think Phil wants us to be rich. Phil wants us to do good for others. We're not going to be one of them. What do they call those? Those televangelists that think that God wants you to be wealthy. I don't go for that. I can't go for that. No can do. I can't go for that. No. Well, thoughts on Jesse Ventura as a wrestler? This is from Pigar. As a wrestler, like what was his technical skills? Not too far above Hulk Hogan, to be honest. Decent wrestler, but mostly flash and muscle and charisma. But as far as a general overall entertainer as a wrestler, top notch. He's one of my favorites ever. Jesse Ventura is great, and definitely because of his commentator work and his heel work as a heel commentator. Jesse was awesome. You put Jesse and Monsoon together, or Jesse and Vince McMahon, even that was just magic on the mic. So not Magic Mike. He kept. Well, no, Jesse didn't always have his clothes on, but luckily Gorilla Monsoon always has clothes on. But it was just awesome. He had the personality for it. The man was awesome. He was imposing and he was threatening and he was good. He was very good. But I think he really shined as a heel commentator. Big Cheese. If some people believe a child is mature enough to change their biology, then they are mature enough to have all their rights given, including the Second Amendment. That's another thing I would say most people, as far as like gender reassignment surgery, most doctors who do that will not do that on someone under the age of 25. They definitely want you to be at least 25 years old. Some of them even say older. There's a lot of times they will not even do it till you're 30. because they want you, first off, most of the competent American doctors will say you had to have been on hormone therapy for at least 5 years. You had to have lived as the sex that you're wanting to change to for 5 years. Doesn't mean you just like occasionally put on a dress, or you have to live your life as that sex or that gender, I guess. Well, no, in this case, to be sex, you'd have to be like living as a woman, kind of, as a woman would live. Most anybody with any type of credibility whatsoever would never do gender reassignment on an 18-year-old, much less anyone younger. But they think, well, they can decide who they're. I mean, it doesn't matter what gender they want to associate. I'm one of those people that like that. I don't care if they think that typical male gender roles are outdated or typical female gender roles are outdated and they want to pick and choose from them. I'm fine with that. I don't care how people do that. But biologically, sex-wise, you're one or the other. And in the very rare occasion, or very rare, I mean, so rare, that you are actually transgender, well, waiting and doing it in the proper way to make sure you don't have regrets later, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as everybody is being respectful of your life and being respectful of the way you live, because it ain't affecting them, then what's it matter what you do when you're 25 or 30? But that's why most doctors don't let people do that till they're 25 or 30. That's why it has such a huge success rate. Like 98.5% of the people who do it are always thrilled that they did it. You have higher regret rates on plastic surgery and other types of surgery that may not have been 100% required. A lot of those have regret rates 20, 30%, but gender reassignment has a regret rate, I think, of just around 1%. So that's actually pretty good. And that's why, because they wait till they're older. This whole idea that my 8-year-old has determined what sex they are. Your 8-year-old don't even know the differences between sexes hardly. Except that they have an innie and I have an outie. The Yankee Marshal, when other countries restricted the right to bear arms in their country, should there have been an international outcry? Well, I think anytime in any country that it's a bad thing, but it's not always unexpected. In a lot of countries where, their government tends to lean more towards the socialist or the communist side, not true socialism or true communism, because neither of those things have ever existed. Because the people who try to sell things as communism never really want to sell communism. I mean, who in power would ever want to say, hey, I don't want to be rich and in power. I want to be equal with the lowest of the people who are under me. No one ever wants to really do that. So really you're having fascism shoved down your throat with just different labels on it. When countries that lean that way do that, no one's surprised. But I think there should be public outcry anytime people's rights are trampled on. Whether their rights to defend themselves, their rights to live their life as they choose, their right to have their own opinions, etc. When any of that stuff's trampled on, there should be public outcry. But there's not really all that much you can do about it, except for say, well, okay, if your country wants to be like this, we won't deal with you. And we won't deal with anybody that does deal with you. That's what sanctions are all about. Do you qualify as a Phil prophet? Well, I don't know what I do qualify as, because, I didn't choose Phil. Phil chose me. I'm just his humble servant. His grace flows through me, and I dole it out a little bit at a time to people who pay enough money, because that's how religion works, right? So yeah, that's what we do. I guess if that's a prophet, then that's what I am. I like to call it, I'm sort of his, not manager, but his hype man. I'm a hype man. Yeah, that's a good word. A good way to put it. I'm Phil's hype man. And does he have hype men on other planets? I don't know. I don't ask. I'm assuming he probably does, but I don't want to make a thing out of it. I don't want to be the jealous type. All right, that's all the super chats we got coming in right now. Let's see what we got coming in on. Oh, I got emails though. I got to show here first. I got one email here. Winder. This is from Nate J. She just got home from eating all the wassleberries of Deception Pass. So she's been eating something. Look at that. I want a baby. I want a pig so bad. And we've got room here for a pig. I got, about 6 acres. It's mostly hill and treed, so it's not a lot of area that's perfect for pigs, but I would like to have a pig. I even got I've got an area that's a woodshed that's inside the dogs fenced in back here. We got like about a half acre fenced in. And so I got a place I could turn the woodshed into a pig house, but I figure I'd have her live indoors because who's going to have a pig and put her outside? I'm not going to do that. Also here, we got, who else chimed in here? This is Jay Lugo. Heavy J said he went to the gun show. Where's it at? There it is. And he got himself some holsters. He picked up some holsters at the gun show. He says, how do you keep your leather in good condition? I clean it. That's about it. That's all I do with my leather is every now and then I wipe it down and clean it with a little bit of leather cleaner. I mean, I always have leather cleaner around for my car seats and stuff. So every great once in a while, I just spritz it with some leather cleaner and clean it. I don't like to clean it too much because you soften it up. I don't want it soft. So I don't clean it a lot. I just keep it relatively clean. The inside, I just wipe out with a damp cloth. I just scrub the inside with like a damp wash rag, just a quick rub, just to keep anything out of there that might scratch my gun. But I don't really do a whole lot for them, and they last fucking forever. So I guess you don't really need to do a whole lot for them. Light blue Herald, light blue oyster cult. Where'd I get Herald from? Off because it says Herald in his thing. In religion, I think that's a herald. Well, I'm not saying he's coming. I mean, I don't know what he does. I don't even know if he's got a girlfriend or anything like that. But I'm not saying he's actually like going to come get us or he's coming back. He doesn't really interfere too much in our world. I think we got a new super chat coming in here from John M. Mandrick. Let's see. Prophet. No, he already said that. I read that. Why did I see his name come up over here? Oh, I'm way down on the list. So that's why. What is that? PV screw YouTube super chat. Well, I guess that came in a little bit ago. Did that come in a little bit ago? What time is it? Yes. Okay. That came in a little bit ago. Just had nothing came in since then. I saw that pop up, but it's just came in late. So I got no questions over there. And I'm all caught up with the questions over here. So let's go see what's coming in over here. How excited are you that Trump wants to occupy Gaza? Oh, talk about a nightmare. Nightmare. Thought he wasn't going to get us into any overseas conflicts. And he stepped right into the biggest one around. I'm seeing 1858 members as of right this second. Well, that ain't right either. There's only like 749 paying members. No, 736 paying members. So that ain't right either. I think that means ever. Members ever. Because once you're registered as a member, you're kind of like always registered. I think that's what that means. Because like if I go to paid members, well, it says 4 right now. But why it's doing that, I don't know. But yeah, I've got 736 patrons. And we got like 130 Subscribe Star members. All right, let's get back to the questions here instead of just sitting here humming. I've got a headache and I'm trying to distract myself from it. Some people say, why didn't you take a day off? Because I ain't got nothing else to do. I mean, I do have other stuff to do, but nothing I just, I've got a streak going. I don't want to lose my streak. I don't want to be like the Undertaker and give my streak away to Brock Lesnar. That was one of the things that made me mad. Oh, that made me so mad. Christian Carlson says the 38 Super would be for people living in foreign countries to change calibers in case of need. You mean that's so they could have it, but then if things ever got bad, they could switch it to the better 9mm. Is that what you're saying? Like, say, if you're a Mexican and you want a handgun, so you get it in 38 Super, but then if the government says we're now a communist country, you can actually switch it over to 9mm and have a small chance of fighting back, I guess. Is that what you're saying? Because that makes sense. Excuse me. But why wouldn't you just want to make it to where you can convert it into a 40 or something that's actually effective? Because 9mm to me is like a round for people, it's a neutered round, and it's for people that have been neutered. 38 is just a little more neutered. Not saying that all you out there that carry 9mm don't have a penis. It's not your penis they would take you. Neutered is when they take your balls, right? Okay, that's why I am saying y'all don't got no balls when you carry 9mm. That should be our topic for tomorrow's conversation. Why do people who got no balls choose 9mm? Jacoby said, if you had to carry a concealed and deep concealment 22 long rifle semi-automatic, what would it be? It would probably be a Bobcat, because that would be very deep concealment, and it's 22. And I like the Tomcat never fails. Now, I might not be able to say the same about the Bobcat, because Tomcat center fired 32. The Bobcat's 22. And the reason I won't carry 22, one of the main reasons is I have just never found 22 ammo to be reliable enough. Too many people, I see so many people that are like, oh, I've never had a failure with 22. I'm like, no, you're retarded. I just don't think you remember having a failure, but I guarantee you have. Because I just can't imagine someone that actually has ever shot through more than a box of 22s that didn't have a failure. It's just that they're so cheap that you don't pay attention when you have a failure. You're like, yeah, it's nothing. And you don't register it. But yeah, 22s fail. Most manufacturers will even tell you what their average fail rate per box of 22s is. So it's rimfire. It's just not as reliable. I didn't make the rules. I just acknowledge them. All right. Excuse me. They can't buy cigarettes either. And now they're trying to ban vapes. Like, oh, you can't have flavored vape because kids will buy it. Well, don't let kids buy vapes. And if you're a parent, take your vapes away from your kid every time you see them with one, instead of just being disappointed. Take it and throw it in the fucking garbage. Stomp on it, throw it in the garbage. How much money do they got that they can keep buying vapes? And where'd they get the money to buy it in the first place? Unless they got a job, where are they buying their vapes from and their vape juice? Instead of trying to outlaw everything you don't want your kid to have, how about actually being a parent and don't let your kid have it? There are certain things I didn't let my kids have when they were younger, and they didn't have them. They didn't have the money to go get them. I didn't just hand them money. It's one of the reasons I didn't just hand them money. I just never handed my kids money. What I got my kids when they were younger, and you can do this easier nowadays, is I got them debit cards that I could control how much money went on, and I could see what they spent it on. And if they ever did anything that I thought was suspicious, like take cash out of an ATM, I'd be like, what are you doing? You buying drugs? Do I need to drug test you? Because I paid attention. If a lot of parents paid attention, they wouldn't need to be running around trying to outlaw everything that they think that their 16-year-old might get a hold of that they don't want them to have. How about just be a parent? Let's get back over here. Let's see, where am I at? When I was young, you could buy cigarettes at 16, booze and guns at 18. Mind you, the UK was much different in the 1980s. Still need a certificate for the guns, though. That's right, he's Fern. Remember to take down I already did that. Before someone can become a politician, they should do 60. Oh, no. I don't agree with that at all. That everybody who wants to be a politician should have to be a soldier first. No, I don't want the soldiers running the fucking country. I don't want to live in a country that is run by the military. I want to live in a country that's run by the people. I disagree with that 100%. Dad paid for 12 gauge. I filled out to 4473. He kept it in the closet. Well, that kind of is a straw purchase. Well, no, if he just gave you the money to buy it, let's just say that's fine. The barrel of my Beretta Tomcat was born 1024 in stamped stainless across it, if that means anything. Maybe only the barrel is stainless. Well, they used to use stainless even if they blued it, but it's just that they've changed a lot of things. What does mine say when it was born? Hold on, I got to go off camera here to look and see. Mine says stainless on the top, but I don't see where it says when it was made. Yeah, mine don't say nothing about when it was made. No, it just says stainless. One thing I like about the new ones is that it's push button instead of lever to open the barrel. Well, I think I'll like that better. And I do like the fact that the mag release is up where it should be instead of down on the back of the grip. I hope someday to have one of the, might get it as my deep concealment replacement. We will see. We will see. All right, let's get back to the questions here. We got like 5 minutes left. So if anybody's got any questions, make sure you get them in. I'm trying to get through all the ones over here. What's for dinner? Imagine having Long John Silver's fish and shrimp platter. I would like some Long John Silver's. I love Long John Silver's. I haven't made it over there for a while. I haven't left the house in a while. But tonight I'm having leftover tuna casserole. I made tuna casserole last night. It turned out really good. Because I realized we got a bunch of tuna that's about to go bad. And by a bunch, I don't mean like, oh, we got 5 or 6 cans of tuna that's going to go bad. I mean, we had like 30, 35 cans of tuna that's going to go bad. So I used 10 of them last night to make a big batch of, no, I used 12 cans of tuna, and 4 of the big cans of cream of mushroom, and like 3 big bags of noodles to make a big bunch of tuna casserole, thinking it would last a few nights, but it's going quick. And my son's like, it's the best tuna casserole we ever made. And I think it's because the tuna I had in storage was in oil, not water. I think that makes a difference when you make your food. So we got leftover tuna casserole and it's good. I'm looking forward to going in and eating some more. I had some for lunch. I'm going to have some more later. I plan on paying for my son's first official GAT when he turns 18, whether he likes it or not. He's getting something if I have anything to do with it. See, now my oldest son never got anything, didn't want anything. Caden's not even 21 yet. He's already building his first PSA, and he's already picked out what he wants his carry gun to be once he gets his carry permit. So, different kids, different likes. Zyler's got no interest in guns or cars. He likes anime and magic and video games, and he likes things like swords and blacksmithing and stuff like that. He wants me to pay for blacksmithing school, and I said I would, but he's got to finish his undergraduate degree first, and he's still got another term to finish his undergraduate degree, and he quit. He's still got another term to go. So just asking him to get an associate degree, and I said, once you get an associate degree, you can do whatever. Because then if he wanted to go back and have a major in something, he would only have to study whatever he wanted, because all of his prerequisites are already out of the way with his associate. So, yeah. Is unisexual like Unitarian? I don't think so. I don't think it's the same thing. Your headache is probably my fault. I seem to give them to my wife a lot. Well, yeah, I also do not want to have sex with you. But that's not just it. Oh, I just jumped me to the bottom. Oh, there's way more questions here than I thought. New Massachusetts gun law bans a lot of stuff, but allows you to buy ammo with EBT card. Well, that's progress, I guess, but I don't think EBT should be for ammo. Isn't that just for food, or is it for other essentials also? If it's for other essentials, well, then yeah, I think people should be allowed to buy ammo with it. If it's just for food, then no, they shouldn't be allowed to buy ammo with it. Ammo's not food. You can't eat ammo. You can't feed it to your kids. So I don't know what EBT exactly is supposed to cover. I've never been on EBT. When I was a kid, we did get food stamps when my mom was in school, because she went to nursing school and she couldn't work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and go to nursing school. So she had to quit all but one of her jobs, which didn't make us enough money to live. So she went on food stamps for a while. But we had actually the actual paper money they gave you in a book, you tore out and gave it to the cashier. And they gave you back these for a while there, they gave you back these plastic coins, but they quit doing that eventually. And if you didn't get at least $1 back, they just gave you back real money. But food stamps, we had buy a lot of all of our food with food stamps. But I don't know what EBTs, what they're supposed to cover. Like food stamps only good for food. Now, a lot of people would sell their food stamps. Like if they got $100 worth of food stamps, they'd sell it for $50 cash. Hell, my mom still does that sometimes. Like there's people she knows out in the country that get food stamps and they'll need money for something else. And they'll like, well, you buy my food stamps for, 50 cents on the dollar. And she's like, I'll give you 80 cents on the dollar. Because then I'm still making a little bit. And, that's if she trusts them. Like if she knows they're actually going to spend it on like a car payment or stuff for their kids or something else. Because she's part of the church out there that tries to help out the poor people. She's one of them church goers. But it's a small church, the ones that actually do good things for people, not the big churches that just make certain people wealthy. All right, let's see where we are. What do you think about migrants waving the Mexican flag to protest being deported from the U.S.? Well, wave whatever they want. I think that just better yet tells you that's kind of here, send me back to Mexico, send me back to Venezuela or wherever. Helps identify which bus to put them on. Now, this putting them on military planes, that's garbage. That's just costing us taxpayers millions and millions, if not billions of dollars. Just put them on fucking buses and send them back. I don't even care if you take them back to the country that they just drop them in Mexico. Let Mexico fucking deal with them. Just take them down to the bottom of Mexico, drop them off. Or put them on a boat. Boats will be fine. Load them on the boats and take them down. Sailing all the way down through there. Take them to bus them to Southern California, put them on boats, take them down to Venezuela and Mexico and everything, all the borders down, and just let them loose there. And they can go where they want to go, as long as they don't come back north. All right. And I'm not unsympathetic. I think we should have workers and stuff like that. We need it. Housing costs are going to go through the roof right now. So we definitely need the housing, the workers and stuff. Same thing with farm workers and stuff, but it needs to be done in a proper way so that you don't get all the drug trafficking and the criminals and everything else along with it. All right, where are we at? I've lost my place. Oh, we're out of time. I think we're out of questions in the live chat, or not live chat. I didn't get to most of those, but we're out of questions over here. We're out of questions on the PayPal side. Got to make sure because I don't want to leave a super chat unanswered. Nope, we are caught up. So I want to say thanks to everybody for coming tonight. Thanks for everybody for participating in the first part. Thanks for everybody who keeps the conversation rolling in the second part. I appreciate it. Thanks to everyone out there who does anything for the channel, whatever you do to support the channel. I appreciate it. Believe me, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. So thanks very much. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Now, remember, tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll be starting at 7 p.m. instead of 6 p.m., but I hope to see you there. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.